Hey guys, and welcome once again to my channel. If you have been here and if you haven't, it is so very nice of you to pass by. I hope that you hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, then make sure that your notifications are on so that you never have to miss a video. So a few weeks ago, I want to say about a month now, I posted this photo right here of this look that I did on a client, and I've gotten requests of a tutorial, or more like questions of a tutorial, like asking if I filmed it or not, and I said no, but do you guys want me to film it? So you guys said yes, so that is what I'm doing today. I'm just recreating this look that I did for that photo, and then I did that look again on a second client because she saw that photo and she requested that look. So I've done it twice, and this would be the third, which is so funny, but I'm glad that you guys like this look. But anyway, that is what I'm doing today. I actually really love this look, so I can see why you guys love it too. But that is what this video is about today, just me recreating that look. So if you want to see how I did this, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's get started. So for that look, I actually use the Lorac Pro palettes 1 and 2, and then the Lorac Mega Pro 1 and 2, which is super unnecessary. I just always have them out when I'm doing makeup on some other people. But since I'm just doing this on myself, I think that I have the shades that I need in just this one, which is just the original Lorac 1. Also, if you hear like screaming outside or if you hear thunder, there's just a lot happening right now around me. I'm not really used to doing like talk through tutorials if you guys have been following my channel, but I just wanted to do something different today. And on top of that, it is July 3rd and tomorrow is a holiday, and I'm trying to have this video up by tomorrow, and if I have to do a voiceover, that would not happen. So I apologize for all the noises happening, but I just wanted to do this way this time. First, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with the same primer I always use, which is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So as I've been saying, I'm not really used to doing talk through tutorials. This is a whole new level for me. So if I talk too little or talk too much, I apologize, but I'm just like absolutely not used to doing this. So I'm just going to grab a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be setting that primer with the shade Cream. You definitely don't have to like set your primer. It's just something that I am used to doing. I just feel like more comfortable this way. It's just like out of habit I do this, but you definitely don't have to. Now I'm just taking another fluffy brush, and this time I'm going to be applying the color Taupe all over my crease. I did want to mention that you definitely don't have to like use this palette necessarily, or any other like Lorac palette. You can use whatever you want as long as you have a light shade, a light brown, a dark brown, and a black. Like that's literally all you need. You could also choose like cooler colors or warmer colors, or just neutrals, which I think this palette is like more neutral. So you are going to apply that dark brown on the crease, so like all over here, and then I also take it like into my outer corner, and then this is kind of like a halo effect eye look, and then you also want to take it like right in the inner corner. You basically want to apply it here, 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 and then leave this center like completely blank, because that's where your pop-off shimmer is going to be. Then I'm taking yet another fluffy brush, and I am mixing Sable and Espresso for no particular reason, just because I'm afraid that Espresso is going to be a little too dark, and then Sable may be too similar to what I just put on, so I'm just mixing them to have like the perfect medium or dark brown. Yeah, I think that's good. And I am applying it like right next to or below the past one. So I always like mention this when I'm doing the voiceover, but I guess now I have a chance to like actually show you. So what I mean by that is, if I just apply the taupe over here, then I want to apply the next one here. If I apply the taupe here, then I want to apply the next one here. And then if I apply the taupe here, then I bring the next one in here, if that makes sense. But you just want to create like a beautiful transition. And lastly, I am taking black with a smaller, more precise brush. At this moment, I'm using the Morphe E18. As you can see, it's kind of like a pencil brush, but it's thicker than a pencil brush, but it's definitely not like a fluffy brush. And this is when you want to be super careful, because you will mess this up if you go in with like a fluffy brush. You're just gonna like disperse that black all over the place, and that's when it gets messy and it starts looking not too cute. So take a little small brush, take your black, tap it, and then you just kind of want to place it kind of like this. I place it right on top of the dark brown because I don't want to take any more space from the lid. So I just tap like this in the inner and outer corner. And then I take a very thin, small blending brush and I blend it up into the crease. This is going to take off some of that intensity in the black. So you kind of just want to repeat the last two steps. Take the black again, apply a little bit, and then back to your small blending brush and blend out that black into the crease to follow that halo effect. I have learned that if you just apply the black like right on the crease, it's going to start looking messy and it's going to look patchy once you start blending it out. So that's why I do it this way, and it just works beautifully. And with the blending brush, you just like connect the two sides right here on top. And that's basically it. After this, you just kind of want to keep playing with the light brown, the medium brown, the black, and just keep applying and blending until it looks like you want it to look. I could keep going and make it way more intense, but I think I'm going to leave it here because I'm not really going anywhere. So I just wanted to show you the look since you guys have been requesting it. Okay, so now I'm all cut up with both eyes, and now I'm going to apply the glitter, which I think is the part that everyone likes about this look. So I am taking some of my NYX glitter primer, and I'm just going to be applying that right in the center of the lid, right here. And you don't have to apply a lot of this. Actually, the less you apply, the better, because if you apply a lot, you're going to have some like texture issues with the glitter. So once I apply that glue, I am taking Lithium from my Urban Decay, I never know the name of this, Moon Dust palettes, and I'm taking a clean finger for that. I just apply it right on my finger, and then I just tap it like this. Do you hear that? Oh my gosh, the sky is falling. And that just looks so pretty, doesn't it? So I'm priming with the Becca First Light Priming Filter. As you guys know, this is my favorite face filter right now. I have glitter all over my hands. Let me just clean that up. All right, now that I have clean hands, I'm just applying this primer everywhere. I haven't used this foundation in a while on video, but this is what I use for that look, and it is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. My shade is 220 or 228, depending on what season it is. So I did just get a little bit of a tan this past weekend because I was in Washington, D.C. on the hottest day of the year. So I am using 228 today. This is such a good foundation, and I just like always forget. Even though this is what I use on my pro kit, on myself I'm just like always trying new foundations. So, and for concealer, I am using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, which I'm a little confused about because they used to have one like in a little squeezy tube, and it was called the Lock-It Concealer. So I don't know if this was like repackaged, reformulated, or what happened, but they have the same name, so that's like a little confusing. But this is pretty good. I do like it. It's still not as good as Shape Tape in my opinion, but I do know that Shape Tape is a little creasy on some people and a little dry on some people, but it is perfect for me. So I feel like if you think Shape Tape is creasy, you may like this one, because I think that it's not as creamy. It's like more sticky. So the powder I keep in my Pro Kit is the RCMA No Color powder, but it's not like as mattifying as I wish it was. So on myself, I'm just using the one that I always use, which is the Too Faced Born This Way powder. Or I guess I always use this one or the Laura Mercier one. But the Laura Mercier was a little bit drying during the winter, so I think that now I'm like ready to go back to it. But I'm just using this one to set my under eye, and then for the face, I will let you know in a little bit. I also really like the RCMA on everyone because it has no flashback. This one I think does have a little bit of a flashback. I haven't like fully tested it, but I think it does. So for myself, I like to set the rest of my face with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder or with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. But for clients, I just like to use the RCMA No Color powder. One, because it has no flashback, like I said. And two, because if I was to use something like this could potentially change the color of the foundation. But since this is like my personal thing and I've used it so many times, I know that it's not going to affect it, or it is, but not in a bad way. But for other people, I just like to stick to the No Color powder. And when I use a translucent powder, I do like to use like a bigger fluffy brush. But when I use something like this, I like to use like a more dense brush like this, and I just like kind of push it in. One of the reasons I like this is because it gives me more coverage, but also if you have texture like me, I don't know if you noticed that, but it hides some of the texture. So I just push it in like this, and once I'm done doing that like on my entire face, then I kind of like blend it out like this so it's not too cakey. So on that photo, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder. I can't remember the shade right now, but the point is that I really like using that contour powder on other people because I can see the side of their face, so I can blend it out like beautiful, and it looks amazing. It's so pigmented, so it's so easy to use on other people. But when I'm using it on myself, I have to like, I don't know, like I can't see the side of my face that well. I mean, that's just like a normal natural thing, but because of that, I don't really like to use that contour powder on myself. When I'm going to contour, I prefer the Kat Von D one, but for like everyday use, I just prefer a bronzer as opposed to a contour. So today I'm just going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and this is in the color Saddle. And for that, I like to use my Morphe M556. This is not an amazing brush. This gave me a lot of trouble when it was new, but at this point I love it so much because it's kind of small. It's fluffy, but it's not like giant fluffy. I have kind of a small face, so if I was to use like a big fluffy brush, the bronzer would just cover my entire cheek. So that's why I like this brush to do that. But again, it's like not a perfect brush. When I first got it, it was just like bleed out all over the place every time I washed it, and it did that for like months. At this point, it's fine because it's been years, but it did that for so long. It was crazy. And for blush, I'm using the same one that I used on that look, which is from Ofra in the color Raisin. Which one? This one, yeah. This one is Raisin. It looks pretty dark right there, but if you apply a little bit of it, it's like pretty neutral, which I want for this look. So I actually did this look twice because I did it first on that photo that I showed you, and then I did it on someone else because they requested it after seeing that photo. So they actually have different lip colors. One of them wanted like a more nudish pink, and then the other one wanted like a brighter, more bold look. So because of that, I used different blushes on them, and I also used like different highlighters, and of course different lip products. And for highlighter on that look, I can't remember what I used, but I know that for the second one I used Becca Prosecco Pop, but today I'm just using from Ofra Rodeo Drive. Okay, so now that we're all done with the face, I'm going to finish the eyes, and I am taking my Morphe E36, which is a very small pencil looking brush, and I'm taking the color Taupe, which is the lightest brown that I started with, and I'm applying that on my lower lash line. And at this point, it depends on how intense or how dramatic you want your look to be, because if you wanted it to be more smoky and darker, then you may want to go in with like the medium brown or the dark brown. but I just want to use the lightest brown. And then I'm taking espresso, which is the darkest brown, but if you wanted, again, a more intense look, or more smoky, a more dramatic look, then you would be taking black at this point. But my eyes are tiny, as you guys know, so I can't afford to use black all over my eyes. And then I'm taking the exact same highlighter that I used for the face, and I'm taking a tiny little brush, and I'm applying that highlighter in the inner corner of my eyes, just because I wanted the look, like the whole face with the eyes, to be more cohesive. So applying the same highlighter kind of helps me achieve that. Can you guys see there? There we go. So to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to be applying some lashes, and these are the Paddington lashes that I got in my BoxyCharm. I actually just cut them down to the size that I want them to be, which was like 5 little clusters of lashes. I am going to apply a little bit of mascara just to like blend in the fake lashes with the natural lashes together. You don't really need to do this, but sometimes I get like a little bit of eyeshadow on my natural lashes, and they're not like completely black because of that, so I prefer doing this. And I'm using the Tarteist mascara for this. And to finish off this entire look, you want to apply whatever lip color that you want. You could go for like a bold red, a burgundy, a light nude, a light pink, a dark pink, whatever you want. I'm going for a nudish brown or a brownish nude, whichever you prefer. And this is Verona by Ofra, which I also just got in my June BoxyCharm. And that is it for this entire look. This is the finished result. I hope that you guys enjoy this look, that you enjoy this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. I'm not sure what you're waiting for, but you should just subscribe right now and make sure that your notifications are on so that you never miss a video. Also, I did want to mention I still have a giveaway that is open. It ends today actually, so make sure that you enter. There are bonus entries if you comment on my past 3 videos, which this would be the 3rd. So if you comment on the last 2 and then this one, you get 3 bonus entries for each video, so that's 9 bonus entries. So make sure that you enter that giveaway, and also make sure that you enter the bonus entries so that you have 9 more chances at winning. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely 4th of July actually, because that's today. Bye.